husband to tell his mother to return to her own home, it became a war. I was almost thrown out of the house. Now I'm considering a divorce because I'm exhausted and it's becoming too much. My husband is a lovely person, but if his mother's influence is going to change him this much, I don't think I can stay in the marriage. Please, Noella, help me. What should I do? I'm such a wrong candidate for this topic. I cannot comment on it because literally I'm not married. I don't know how marriage feels like. I have heard, okay? I've heard what people be going through in your marriages, man. It's not cool. It's a tug of war out there, child. I have friends who tell me about a lot of, it's not pleasant. Well, it's not entirely not pleasant. But Charlie, they go on for that side too. So I really cannot comment because I don't have the experience, right? I don't have the technical know-how. So I guess I'm going to share my thoughts with you, as common sense. Common sense. Unless, of course, it's our idea. So you common sense. Hey, but Kumi is here. Kumi is has all the experience when it comes to marriage, and I'm sure he will do us the honors of really dissecting this issue. Good afternoon, Kumi.
Good afternoon, Noella. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. Thanks for asking. That's so nice of you to ask.
As usual, looking beautiful.
Thank you. How's it going?
By grace, we live.
Yeah?
Things
You're okay?
are going on well.
You're happy?
Very okay, just that I'm hungry. So right from here, Manafi. I'm hungry.
Oh, okay, come do.
Yeah, come there.
Okay.
Manafi yam right after here.
Right. Hey, you're tapping into your rasta. Right. Anyway, so we have a story from a young, beautiful 26-year-old. It's a marital problem. Yeah. She's asking for our help. Let me say our help because I don't have. I can't really help it. I don't know how to help it, honestly. So I mean, you've read the story. Yeah. I have read the story as well. Give me your prelims.
Okay.
What do you think of the story?
Let me say that you were saying that you've heard that marriage is
tug of war.
Marriage is one of the most beautiful institutions you can.
I agree. Yeah. I've seen some beautiful marriages.
If you find yourself with the right person at the right time and at the right place.
Is there even a right person? Is there a right person?
Well, you see, there is always a right person for somebody.
Right.
When you meet somebody who shares the same vision with you and
you're aligned with the
going
person
towards the same direction. Yeah. Marriage is a journey.
Okay.
So you should have somebody who shares your vision.
Right.
Who is heading towards the same direction.
Right.
Or at least have something in common with your goals and your ideals. It makes it easy so that you can complement each other because the person knows your vision, your mission, and your plans. Mm-hmm. When you're going wayward, the person can, prompt you so that you come back onto the right path. So marriage is so beautiful. Just that sometimes, only God knows what happens. But when it's good, it's very good, super fantastic, very enjoyable. Yeah, very, very.
I like that you're positive about it. And yeah, I think for me that's the mindset I want to keep of marriage because there are bad ones out there, but I also want to focus on the fact that they're good.
Yeah, they are just.
There are bad marriages out there. Please, we have to be honest. There are bad marriages out there.
Toxic.
Toxic. Yeah, toxic marriages.
Yeah, that is if you fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And we are chance in be on more. So there are some women who like to marry men who will beat them.
Who be what? Beat them. Okay.
Yeah. That is their love language.
Right.
And so when you meet such a person, somebody like me, when I meet such a person, we can't move because it's a no for me. Why should I beat a woman? So it wouldn't last. So depending on your choices, your dreams and all these things. And sometimes people may lie to you just to have their way with you, because they will lie to you to let you think that, oh, we share the same idea, we share the same vision.
Anyway.
Or, by the time you realize, things have gone down the drain.
Right.
But talking about this, first of all, let's say that marriage, when you getting married, there are two consenting adults who have met and have agreed to stay together and help complement each other to achieve their goals and have a common goal together by raising a family. Now, both of the people involved in that marriage comes from two different families,
right,
with two different upbringings, sometimes with two different religious inclinations, beliefs, or doctrines, and all these things.
That's right.
But they have decided to come together. The moment you two come together, there is an external group that is coming in. That is the girl's family and the guy's family. Even though they may not know themselves from Adam. But the fact that the two of you have agreed and both families have agreed, the two families have become part of the family. So the first family is the nuclear one, that is the husband and the wife. And the next family is the husband, the extended family. So they are all stakeholders. They are all witnesses to the marriage.
So if I understand what you're saying,
and they all have a say.
They have a say in the marriage.
In the marriage
between the two people.
Yes.
Why is that? Why should that be?
Yeah. Because before, do you know why we pay what we call a contestica?
Tell me.
Okay, we pay that to the brothers of the lady for shielding the lady and preserving the lady for the husband to come and meet her how she is. They have become part of the family. They have a say, but there is a limit. They serve as an advisory body.
To who?
Not a regulatory body, to the couple.
Okay.
When there is a problem that you cannot solve, that needs an external force to help, to assist. So they serve more like a shock absorber to the marriage. They advise based on the experience they have. But they don't regulate. When I say they don't regulate, they don't impose and instruct.
Okay.
So they serve as an advisory body to the marriage. The moment they begin to impose, instruct, they've crossed the red line. That is not their responsibility. They've crossed the red line. So having external people in is not a bad idea. But one, it depends on the person and why the person is there.
So basically, it depends on the context.
On the context. Now, let's bring it to this lady's own. Mother-in-law. Mother-in-law being around is not bad, as long as the person is objective. Objectivity plays a role. Somebody like my mom, if you are wrong, you are wrong. She will not shield you because you are my son and someone's daughter. And no. You've brought someone's daughter. So it is your responsibility to ensure that the person is protected. You provide for the person. If you don't fulfill your responsibility, me, my mom, she will look into your face point blank and judge you. She will not take sides because you are my son. No. So objectivity plays a role. Unfortunately, if you meet an in-law who is domineering and controls the son, that is where the problem is. And who is also biased, in favor of the son, then you become a third party. Now, to bring in an in-law, there are advantages to it. Let's start with the advantages. When there is a problem between the two of you and you cannot solve, once she's there with you and she knows the genesis of the problem and everything, if the person is objective, it makes it easy for settlement.
Yeah.
If the person is objective. If there are kids in the house and you are all busy, moving around left, right, center because of job and all these things, they serve as a cushion to also help you take care of the kids beyond just going to school, picking up them from school, maybe monitor their homework and all. She may not know whatever they are writing, but at least why your homework and all these things, checks and balances. Yes, that one is there. Now the other side, if the person is toxic, has bad intentions, there are some of the guys, they are married but they are still boys.
Yeah.
They are being controlled by what their mother says. They've been controlled from childhood till this time. And they are still being controlled. Mommy's boy. Me mommy say.
Let's give that.
When you meet such people, it becomes difficult.
No, let's give that a little bit of context. But I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Let me welcome Shed Lamte, who came in just now. He's late.
I spoke to producer actually. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. You're welcome.
Thank you, Noella.
Okay, so I'm happy that you are also married.
Okay.
And you're a man, so obviously you're going to bring us another perspective. Kumi has been doing excellent with his perspective as well. As for me, I really can't say much about this because I'm not a married girl. I've never been married, and so I cannot relate. But I'm all about
No, that is a mistake
reasoning.
actually.
Say again. I cannot relate.
No, you can.
I cannot relate practically in practical terms.
No.
To the
Like there are
story.
people who have practical issues associated with it, but then they don't know. Like there are people who are not on the field, but know much about marriage, like marital staffs, than those who are even on the field.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what are your thoughts as a married man? What are your
Okay,
thoughts
so
about
shout outs to my big brother. I can't actually compare myself to him in like any way, because when it comes to come on, because when it comes to marriage, he has no boss. He is a senior man. Charlie, that one there. Oh, see you. Okay, so I think there was a topic we actually treated here with Godfather and the Dusty. I think there was a guy, a lady who actually dated, was married to one guy, and it looks like the guy was doing everything in the house, and the lady was actually saving her money and doing apartments and stuff. With it. I don't even remember that story.
I remember.
the guy was doing everything in his house, taking care of the cost
Financially.
as he should, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We are not
Tell
saying
me.
he shouldn't. There is one thing I say, as a woman, or as let's say a married man and then a married woman, as partners, I should know your financial basis, like everything. You should also know mine. But it still doesn't give me the warrant to be able to tell you that
What to do with your money?
That is the point.
Okay.
But it is very beautiful for me to know.
Transparency.
That is the point.
Okay.
So when it comes to issues like this, it should tell you that a guy is not even matured in the first place. I tell people that, be it positive or negative, don't marry a man, not control, who is being manipulated by the family. The nightmare every lady can actually have is when, if your boyfriend or your husband is manipulating you, or is actually treating you in a manner you don't like. It is not that painful or disastrous than when an external factor. The reason is because the only person who can stand in for you in time of crisis is either your boyfriend or your girlfriend's mom or the dad. Now, these are the very people fighting you. So who am I going to speak to?
But hold on a second.
Okay.
Again, this is purely from a place of wanting to know.
Yeah.
From experienced people, right?
Yeah.
Why are we calling it manipulation from the parents' point of view? Because I want to take this from the parents' point of view. Let's say I'm a mother. I've given birth to, I can't give birth to you, Shed, but, for example, I've given birth to you, Shed. Obviously, my orientation when it comes to marriage as a mother is very different.
Yeah.
It's the typical traditional woman. My husband is out taking care of business, making sure that the house is okay, provides for the family, and so really my job is to keep the home clean.
Yeah.
What if I'm able to still even go and sell in the markets? When I come back, I should be able to cook a proper meal for my husband and ensure that we are, nourished beautifully or nice. No be every day take away pizza, papaya every day, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So as a mother, if I'm coming from that perspective, I give birth to a son, Shed, and I raise my son in that manner.
Yeah.
And my son finally gets to marry. I go and visit my son's, home, go and check up on both couples, and I see that my son is being subjected to something different from what I introduced to him as a mother. I'm looking at this from a mother's point of view. It may not be because she wants to be a thorn. She wants to intentionally be a thorn in the lady's flesh, but based on her orientation as a woman and a mother, and whatever she was able to raise the man under, it wouldn't sit well with her. Why are we calling that manipulation if she
Okay.
speaks against it?
You finish it, buddy.
Okay, so anything which is external, if we are into a business, any other person who comes is a threat, be it positive or
Your
negative.
mother is a threat?
No, this is a contract between you and I.
But no, take a look at it from the context I gave you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Uh-huh.
But when it comes to marriage, any other person who comes in, if you are not okay with it, the person has to leave.
Okay.
If I am not okay with it, the person has to leave. And that is where the maturity comes in. That is why, like yesterday, I stated that if you are not matured, you don't go into marriage. It's like, just imagine me telling you, I don't like your mom's company around us. She should leave. If you are immature enough to take that, this should end our marriage. I don't know if I get on it.
You see, Shed,
Okay.
this is a very dicey situation, especially if this were to happen in the West.
It's
It
all-
would have been easy.
Yeah.
But in our part of the world, because of our cultural settings,
Yeah.
it makes it very difficult. You know, your mom visited you and you sacked your mom. It will be a family, whatever. And, you'll be tagged in a way
Yeah.
and all these things that comes with it.
Especially if this mother is seen to be the one who
know,
suffered and whatever
You
for the
know,
children.
The single
What-
mother.
Go ahead.
So mothers should understand, or parents should understand, that as long as your kid grows, begin to make choices of its own,
You
that
need
is
to
why I
allow
said that they serve as an advisory something. The person is an adult, so you can advise, you don't impose.
Yeah.
You are thinking about how things should be. And you don't know the discussion that has gone on between your son
And
and
the mother.
the wife.
No,
Oh,
and
okay.
the wife.
And the wife.
Okay.
So the best way is to find out why this from your son. So that based on that, your son can explain. If it doesn't make sense to you, then you find another way to address it. Now, let me talk about. Now we all work, male and female. We all work from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
That shift. If you claim to love your wife, if you believe that your son loves the wife comes home tired, your son comes home tired, and you expect the woman to go to the kitchen and cook because it is her responsibility. Then after that, go and service your son in the bed, and the following morning goes back to work. If you are a mother-in-law, ideally, if you are very supportive and you came with clear conscience to support, maybe you should have even taken up the job of doing the cooking to support them.
But don't you think?
Because the moment you begin to subject the woman to the roles of a woman, the roles of a man, knowing that the woman comes home tired. Me when I see men who fight with the man will close early, go home and will be watching soccer, or will be playing draft. wait for the wife to come before the wife
you
comes to
Kumi,
cook
Kumi,
and all this.
Kumi.
You are wicked.
Kumi,
The woman is not a machine.
don't you think, well, before I ask you this question, let me just announce that our WhatsApp line is active, 0548-841-039, 0548-841-039. I'd really love to hear from you, especially if you're married, married woman, married man. Please share your thoughts with us. Kumi,
Yeah.
don't you think the actions of the woman are based on discussions she has probably had with her son? Because again, going back to the scenario I gave, if this is a man who was brought up in a home like that, grew up, watched his mom, regardless of how tired she is whatsoever, always made sure she went to Ejade to cook for the whole family to eat. This is the guy's orientation.
Okay.
Ended up married to a woman who obviously is not from that kind of orientation, and so obviously so my wife also works. I work. She says when she comes back she's tired. It's fine, we can do takeouts. We have a plan to get kids somewhere 5 years after blah blah. But and the lady said something in her message that her husband is a lovely person. Prior to the woman coming into the house, everything was fine. But I beg to differ, because if truly he really liked the arrangement that was going on and, willingly participated, the mom won't have that kind of effect on him.
Let me tell you.
And so I'm thinking,
Some sons are afraid. Some children are afraid. You know that fear from childhood? Are afraid of their parents, irrespective of how old they get. What their parents say is normal. It's final. So that is where I may have a problem with the lady. Because the time you guys were dating, if he was that type, 1, 2, my mom says, 1, 2, my father says, 1, 2, my uncle says.
Why do you have to marry him?
Then you should know that when you get married, there will be a problem, because there is some powerful force that manipulates, that informs, that instructs the person's reaction. So when you come together, you can sit down, have a common plan, have a common goal. But if that big voice says no, there's nothing the guy can do. That is where I have a problem. You sit down with your partner. You all agree to go on this tangent. You know you are not comfortable with it. You never voiced it out until your mom comes and it is made to look as if your mom is the one creating the problems. You are the one creating the problems. You are a boy. You cannot make decisions for yourself and defend it. You are the one who is supposed to defend what you've all sat down together to agree. Because you see, marriage is a teamwork. So when the whole team decides to go to this direction, then all of a sudden you let it look as if I am the one at fault. Whilst we've all agreed, just because your mom came in and your mom is telling you to do otherwise. That is not fair. You are not being fair to the lady. You are not being fair to the lady.
Look, if you are married to a man who can't make decisions for himself, if you're married to a man who tells you, let's do this, and he tells you that I want to speak to my parents, don't marry him. He's a boy. No, he's a boy.
No, it's true.
He's a boy.
He's still not mature.
He's a boy. Look, even if you tell him that, if you have a discussion with him, and even your mom should call you that, your husband called me and told me this, don't trust him. No. Whatever goes out should be a decision between you and I. If you marry any guy who can't keep secrets, even if your mom, you the lady, even if your mom or your dad gets to know it, he's not trustworthy. He's not a man. You are supposed to come to a consensus as to what should go out and what should come in. And if the lady, look, even if my mom comes home and my wife tells me that I am not okay with your mom's company, whether it is for a good reason or a bad reason, I need to listen to her. Make my mom go, no matter, no, irrespective of the consequence. Afterwards, I speak to my wife, and then I have to make sure she understands my mom coming back. The moment you are married, look, your wife has an upper say than your mom or your dad. The moment you are married, your husband has an upper say than your mom or your dad. We need to let people know this. The moment you are married, you don't need to, like, you don't have to listen to your parents without making your wife know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So if your mom wants you to do something for him, for her, or your dad wants you to do something for him, you need to speak to your wife. If your wife says no, it's
but
no.
They say a colade obia evida penny no being evida, and so
yeah,
if,
no, it was when you were not married.
And so
no,
if
don't worry, no.
I'm coming, and so if you are now entering marriage, and somebody who has done this marriage thing for the past 30 or 40 years,
you did it your
is
own
giving
way, not
you
my
counsel,
way.
you don't think we should listen to that counsel?
No. There is one thing I want to tell the girl. Look, marital like marital decisions are flexible, just like the cooking stuff. You know, tomorrow there'll be a time and then like you would have to get in for a chef because perhaps you went out and then like had a takeout and you were poisoned. Maybe like the family says that it's either I cook, you cook, or we have a takeout. But this is the point when I have been poisoned. So it means that we have to go in for what? A chef. Some decisions are flexible. But when it comes to your parents, come on, your parents shouldn't even come and have an over like more than a day. I don't know.
Hey, into no, all of a sudden my son or my daughter has gotten married, and so I should forget myself as a mother. Do you know how much I have?
Don't you have a husband?
You see,
no, don't you have a husband?
You have a role to play as a mother. But your role is not to control your son.
Manipulate.
That is not your responsibility.
That is not responsibility.
The moment your son gets to a certain level, you can guide, you can advise.
What if I really don't like what is being done to my son?
But you don't. So you
he
advise.
chose it.
You advise
No,
your
he chose
son.
it.
You don't impose. You don't
Yeah.
extend the advice. You don't extend it into instructions beyond your wife and even go to your in-law. That is disrespectful to the marriage itself, apart from the individuals involved. Why do you want your son to live your life? There are a lot of people who never had the opportunity to live the lives that they wanted to live because of some of these things.
Yeah.
Domineering spirit. Go and do science. Don't do maths because I want you to do science. Meanwhile, I'm not good in science. Somebody like me, SS1, I was doing accounting. Meanwhile, from class 6, I learned how to draw and paint.
Now, can go for painting.
I'm coming. Who told you I've stopped? I still paint.
You still paint?
Yeah.
Still paint.
I still paint.
Oh, please, no disrespect
But
to
what I'm
artists,
trying
please.
to what I'm
Just
trying to
being
say
silly,
is that
yeah.
I would have been a bad accountant.
Yeah.
Because
I
your
need
passion
zeros,
wasn't
zeros.
painting.
My passion was not there.
Yeah.
Through this painting, I was working in a gallery in Kumasi. I saw a drama group. I joined the drama group. Then from the drama, I met radio presenters. They became my friend. And here I am.
Yeah.
So sometimes people are doing works, people are doing things not because they want, because they are forced to do it. Now, both of you have agreed that looking at the way things are going now, we cannot cater for kids. So for that matter, let's have a plan. It's a plan for the team, not for the woman alone.
Yeah.
Then you've agreed. A man who cannot stand by his words, is that one too a man?
No, pause at the stand by his words. You know, sometimes you can plan something, but Charlie, if you baby not a plan, yeah, you have to switch.
So
No, we don't
involve
want to
your
do it.
partner
Yeah.
because you sat down together and had the plan.
Because maybe
The
we
plan
all
is not
maybe
working.
we all both work, right?
Yes.
We both work. We both come home tired, and we say that okay. Most times, if you're the regardless of whoever gets home 1st, if you're able to make dinner, do it. If not, let's do takeouts. And this is supposed, maybe per our plan, this was supposed to be like a one-off thing. And then not a muda, like it keeps on happening, and I'm tired of eating takeouts. I mean, that can tire me out of the plan.
So that should be a conversation between you and
What
your
if
wife
the conversation-
consistently until she understands.
What if the
It
conversation
doesn't have
has
to
been
go
had
out.
already?
No.
So far,
that
the
is why I
story-
said
the story
consistently.
does not
No,
say
but even if the story is saying that it's consistently, even if it has to take your wife 10 years to understand that, then you have to do it.
And
It
apart
doesn't
from
have
that,
to go
you
out.
see, these are some of the dangers involved in bringing your relatives to stay with you. Now, it could be that even the mother is not aware of what is going on. It could be.
Yeah.
But your presence alone creates room for you to be hanged by the neck
That is the point.
as the one influencing your son.
Yeah.
So what if you
Hey,
were not there?
so my son gets married. I can't go and visit
Oh,
my
I'm
son.
not saying
You can
What are you
don't
people
sleep.
saying?
Don't-
Well, my daughter
don't
gets
sleep.
married. I can't go
come
and
on,
visit my
come on.
daughter.
What I'm trying to say is that you and I know the moment you are there, my mom will tell you that me your hobby. And so nyame na me fire and then I'm in ho. There are differences.
Yeah.
Your presence creates room for you to become an accomplice or a culprit.
Yeah.
What if you are not there? The person can only assume, conjecture.
Yeah.
But your presence there, for all you know, you've discussed with your son and you have even added your voice to that discussion, against what they've already planned. So that becomes a problem. If you are not there, most of these accusations and perceptions would have been minimized. Your presence adds to their problem because the woman now suspects that you are the one influencing your son. Maybe your son convinced you to fall into what he has planned beyond the discussion, and he's using you against the wife so that he can have his way.
Yeah.
That is why, if it is possible, you visit some days, you leave, allow them to be. When they need you, come. When you need them, why not? But don't go and stay there. It could be medical reasons. It could be anything that has forced you to go there. But it comes with its own implications.
Let's look at before you get married. Now these people, they're already in the situation. We'll wrap up and tell them what to do. But let's look at before you get married and look at family dynamics. I'll be glad if you can share your experience. Or answer questions based on your experience. If I'm somebody or if I was somebody who was raised by like a single parent, okay, maybe it could be a single father or a single mother. Ideally, what kind of person, what kind of family dynamic should I marry from? Should I marry from somebody who's coming from a family-oriented place or another person who was raised by a single parent?
Personally, I think that there is no blueprint to that. But what I know is that parents who raise their kids alone normally have this strong bond
To their kids.
and attachment to their kids. And that is where the problem starts.
And it's a weakness.
If
It's a
the
weakness.
It's a weakness.
yes, if
You
the
explain.
person is not discerning enough to decouple him or herself from the child, because now the child is venturing into another journey, the interference will always be there.
That is a weakness.
That protection that they gave to the kid, because they invest their all, and they will love to always see their kids, flourish the way they wanted
why
to.
are we calling it a weakness? I have a problem with that, but go ahead.
No, where the weakness comes is that you become overprotective and over defensive, even when it is glaring. That things, especially when there is a problem, that things are not going well, and your son, your daughter is at fault. Because of that attachment, you find it difficult to accept.
Yeah.
So you go on defending. What's the Kumasi Fida Oba? Some of the mothers, because of some of these attachments, they back where born in a cry no.
And this happens in every home, every single home.
If
Most.
you see,
Okay.
Yeah.
if you speak to counselors, they will tell you. Me, I experienced it, because my mother raised us alone, so that bond is still there, that attachment is still there. Just that me, I'm too tough, I'm too stubborn. She knows, and she would call you, advise you, and all these things. But at the end of the day, will tell you, do what you think is good for you. But I would only advise you that think wisely before you do that. But some families, they will instruct you too.
Yeah.
There are some families that even before you bring a guy home, the family, the least qualification in the family is masters. So you don't bring somebody without a master's in the family.
Yeah.
That is their principle. Obia kusku kutana masters. Kofa be ma be fi okuta first degree. What na yeden? You know, so all these things play a role. There is no blueprint, but normally the emotional attachment, decoupling it when the person is matured enough to know what he or she wants. Every mother still see the son as a child.
Yeah.
That is why I saw my mama call Minkobi. I will never do that. Because no matter how old you are still his or her son or his or her daughter. So the mother-father-child relationship will still be there. Yeah. Even though you are old. Kofi Kenyatta said that one time he went to visit the mom at Accra, and the mom saw him. Hey, Kofi Abba, but you get to fufu brem. Even though he's a star, but to the mother, he's still a son.
Yeah.
And some of these things, if care is not taken, and the person does not realize that, okay, this is the level that my son or my daughter has gotten to, the influence that the person had from childhood, and because there is that love for that mother or that father because he or she has sacrificed a lot. So as kids, we feel that we also owe them. We need to reciprocate whatever sacrifice they did for us. So when they tell us something, and it is difficult for you to say no to them because it may sound disrespectful. After all that I've done for you, I'm telling you to do this, and so emotional blackmail also sets in. It is very dicey. This issue, it is very dicey.
Let me hear from Shed. Go ahead.
Okay, so
why are you calling it a weakness?
okay.
That somebody, we get pregnant, you and I, you get me pregnant, you decide not to take care of the kid, you let me take care of the kid alone. Or let's say sometimes the women also abandon the kids on the father. So let me not make it gender biased. Regardless of the gender, I take care of my son or my daughter. Obviously, even friendships, if we live together for a long time, the probability that would form some sort of attachment or bond is very high.
Yeah.
Especially if, let's say, throughout, even as friends, throughout, let's say, my career or my life decisions, you've had a say. And most of the times when you counsel me and I take your counsel, it works. So in a situation like that, why are you calling it, when it comes to father daughter or father son or mother, whatever it is, whoever the single parent is, why are you calling it a weakness?
Do you know that 100% of the downfall of humans today are emotions? Do you know?
Tell me.
Okay, so this is the reason why. You are actually working with someone who has been consistently stealing from your company's capex. But you know so well that you like this guy so much, not as in, let's say, intimacy, like maybe you want to have an intimacy with him. No, you like him so well. He does this. He makes sure that you guys loses contracts and stuff. Do you know emotionally you really want to keep this guy, but if you have to work from your emotions to your rational part of life, you in a second suck him out of your work. Do you know? The downfall of most men today are emotions. People control stuff with emotions. That is a weakness.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the prempra side, that is the born one issue or whatever. Anyone who is a prempra actually have emotional issues. So even when the son is going somewhere, which she doesn't even really want him or her to go, but me say me baby me cocaine me bet me for 2 days 3 days on befi onka.
I have a lot of problems with some of the things you're saying, calling emotions weakness and everything. But
You won't
go
understand.
ahead.
The reason is because, do you know yesterday, the issue we spoke about yesterday, the girl's weakness was her emotions. If she was actually out of emotions, she wouldn't even bring this issue. A guy owes me this amount of money, and he was in a room with the ex for this. He's not serious. I'm leaving. In a rational manner, she wouldn't even bring this issue for a discussion. So the moment you realize that people can't even make decisions for themselves, then you should know they are more deeply into emotions. Sometimes not about people being confused. When people are in emotions, they are not being able to think so well.
bless your reason.
Yeah.
So as a person, is it good to always constantly bank on your logic?
No, we have rationality.
No. Rationality, logic is the same. I'm saying I need an answer.
They are
No,
similar.
I need an answer. I need
No, like
a
you put me
definite
in a corner
answer.
where you-
No,
like,
it's
what
not a
you-
corner. It's not a
Come
corner.
on.
I'm saying that as a person, as a human being, based off of your experience, would
Okay.
you advise that? Okay, advise me. Would you advise that constantly I bank on my
your reasoning.
on my
Yeah.
reasoning?
Yeah.
I should constantly bank on my.
That is the
reasoning.
point.
There should never be a time where I give
When-
into my emotions.
And then when you realize people make mistakes tomorrow, then they make those decisions based on emotions. Look, when you make decisions on reasoning, with time you will have whatever you actually reason for.
Okay.
Noella, let me give you this biblical quotation. Matthew chapter 19, verse 5 to 6. Okay, so I say, for this reason a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has put together, let no man put asunder. Teamwork, one flesh. So, which means the person, your mom, your father, you are no more one flesh with them,
Yeah.
but with your partner. If your relative comes in and begins to interfere, you think together as one flesh. And you make decisions together as one flesh. Even though there might be divergent views, somehow you have to agree to disagree. But the moment you begin to team up with your relative, in this picture, your mom, is a betrayal of the other part of the team. You get a point?
Yeah.
The moment you begin to do that, it's a betrayal, because you've made a decision together and you've reneged on that decision without letting your partner know that I've changed my mind. It's a stab in the back.
Yeah.
And as a husband,
And it's a breach of contract.
it is your responsibility to protect her when there is danger.
Yeah.
So if you decide to betray her by taking a decision with your mom, agreeing with your mom without informing her, and now your mom is the one who is enforcing, pushing for that law to be enforced, then you've lost your authority as the leader of the house. Your mom then becomes the leader of the house, and she controls the house. So the term or word husband, you don't deserve to be called a husband, because you are no more the leader. You are no more the driver. You are no more the decision maker. You are no more a team member. You are a traitor. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You guys have still not answered my question. Shed, answer the question.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, if I'm a lady from a single home.
Yeah.
Well, Kumi says there's no blueprint to it, but I think it plays a role
Yeah.
in how we eventually behave in our respective marriages.
Yeah.
Because if at the end of the day, if I settle for somebody who is family oriented,
Yeah.
they grew up around family, big extended family.
Yeah.
They grew up in a home where they want to reach out to their grandmother. It's not through a phone. They literally would just open one door. Granny, big aunties, big cousins. They're such a close-knit, big extended family. That's the kind of home the person, somebody like that, they would prioritize family gatherings over anniversary dinners, because that's the fun. It's
It's always been there.
it's always been there. They will prioritize Thanksgiving. They will prioritize always Christmas. Yanko Maho, Kumase, Yanko Maho, Eastern region, or wherever they come from. Whereas somebody who was raised by a single mom, probably is an only child, or maybe they were two, obviously, under very tough circumstances. That person, the only person they know is their dad or their mom. Extended family, near close. Even if they are close, they are not together. Then they are not united. So he or she doesn't even know who their aunt is. If they want to know, unless their mom say, who of a new, and I want to know, or something like that. So they are more kept together. In fact, they don't like it when a lot of people more or less like introverts.
Yeah.
These are two different people. And so when people like that should end up married, I am thinking, again, I've never been married before, but I'm thinking there would definitely be a clash of personalities and issues like what this lady is going through. And so my question again is, for somebody like me, I don't mind. I'm from a single home, but I don't mind. In fact, I love, because I did not have that experience, I want to have that experience. And so I'm very open-minded about settling for somebody who is from a very family-oriented home. So I can have that experience of family bonding and all of that. I don't have qualms at all. But looking at this holistically, somebody coming from a single home, what kind of family should you marry from? Kumi says there's no blueprint to this.
Yeah.
But I think there is.
No.
But go ahead.
Okay. So when it comes to marital issues and family issues, honestly, counseling is extremely important. But then after your counseling, you can actually iron out what you want and what you don't really want from the counseling. Per what you want. The moment you meet the guy, like you said, there's a connection. And there's going to be courtship. In the course of the courtship, automatically you see things which is actually a red flag and not a red flag. Now, being with a prime pra, to me,
A what?
a prime pra, like a bon one, or more, being with those people, I don't really have issues with it. Like I said, marital decisions are flexible. Maybe you can say, this is, like from the onset, I was saying that the moment you want to be with a woman, or maybe your wife's mom want to visit you, or your mom's wife, or whatever, you guys should come to an agreement. And if your husband says no, it's a no. If your wife says no, it's a no. Just like, are you not getting me?
Shed, I'm not getting you.
What I'm saying
let me say I get
can
you.
I
I'm coming. Let me say I get you, but I'm struggling to come into terms with what he's saying because, look, if you have done something for, let's say, 30 years of your life, if you've been subjected to something for 30 years of your life, it would take some open-mindedness
So
and
if you're
some
not ready
time
to
to snap
graduate-
out of that.
If you're not ready to graduate from that level of thinking or level of
You're not ready
action,
for marriage.
No.
Hey,
No, I'm coming. You can't tell me you want to go, like, you always want to be a mommy's boy, a daddy's boy, and then you go to the boarding house and you still want to go home every day.
You see, there was this story, and the person,
The
that,
moment you're in the boarding house, you should know you're in the boarding house, so you have to be there.
You see, this woman visited the son's house, and the wife was cooking, and the woman was like, no. Are you cooking for my son? No, he doesn't eat this food. Meanwhile, the son requested for the food. But the impression was created as though the woman is feeding the son with something he does not like. Meanwhile, the son requested for the food. So we enter into relationship with our personal baggages and experiences. And as I told you, it's a journey. So sometimes you have to unlearn and learn. There are people who can cope with, like what you're saying, you don't care being in the midst of plenty and all these things. There are people who cannot go beyond that because that is how they were trained. If you are that type, if you get to realize that your partner also have an extended family where they are always into events and all these kind of things, discuss with him as early as possible so that he also starts prepping the family.
That is it.
That, okay, if this event happens and you don't see my wife, this is the problem. We're trying to solve it out. Then your family wouldn't also have that feeling that you're already on penny pot.
Yeah.
And your wife doesn't like us and all these kind of things. So it all depends on the man, or it depends on
it depends on
both.
the individuals.
The individuals.
Okay.
You have to do the homework to cover the faults of your partner.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And it
have to
takes
do that.
open-mindedness,
Yes,
right?
And you see, there are some people, I like this. I don't like going out. I don't like being in the midst of plenty.
Likewise.
So if I'm going out with you and you always want me to be in the midst of your family, and they'll say, hey, you'll be so then you read it, and they want you to act as though you are at the workplace.
like you're still
I will not be comfortable. I'm that type. I'm always with myself.
Yeah.
I'm always indoor. I will let you know, yo, Charlie Cobra, this event, I'm not sure I can because of this, that. But I'll try to upgrade so that it wouldn't
It won't
sound
be a constant.
Yeah.
it wouldn't feel as if that you see yourself above others.
Yeah.
And all
So
these
there will
things.
be times where
you
you'll
have to
go.
work, you have to work extra. You have to sometimes you have to sacrifice. You have to put your personal interest aside.
compromise.
And
Yeah.
I love that
That
word.
is the point.
Compromise. You have to compromise. Because what you know and what he or she knows are the things that you are combining. You sieve it, you try to take away the chaff and make do with the good materials. So if you have baggages, you should be ready to shed that baggage for the interest of the relationship.
Okay.
Even though that baggage may something be a neno kwan and kaupe, but for the sake of the vision you have, and you've brought another person who is coming with a different attitude, character from a different background, so you cannot always be person. Oh, say me this, say
Okay.
that's how I am. You, if you don't like it, you can.
I'm gonna take your last words, but let me read a few messages so that when I take your last word, we can just wrap up. Obria Marco Justice says, if you want to resign and give him children, you have no business being a wife. Being a wife is not about accomplishments. It's about family and children. They form a key part of that.
That is not true.
That is not true.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Interesting.
You see,
Marriage is not for kids. Yeah.
Wow.
these are
It's not for child.
part of the reasons why people give birth and they cannot take care of them.
Yeah.
And it breeds streetism and child delinquency because they don't plan. Meanwhile, your finances cannot take care of yourself and the girl or your partner, let alone bringing in another kid.
Yeah.
But that notion that, oh, okay, we shall buy there, more worry or some more, and then they will give birth and cannot
Okay.
take care of the
Okay.
kid.
Calvin says your husband should get you a helper. And I think depending on how you whatever meaning you read into this, it could be controversial because what do you mean by helper? Get a side chick or get help at
Oh,
home?
like a help. or a
We
house help.
hope so. We hope that's what you're
But
saying.
can their finances meet?
Well,
that?
absolutely.
point.
That's another valid question. Her Royal Blackness says 26 years and 29 years with 3 years marriage. As in, you both got married at 23 and 26. Where did the rush go? Anyways, you
look
got
at you.
yourself a mummy's boy. You cannot
You know
win.
the age I'm at.
You cannot win this no matter how hard you try. Bello Burns says, firstly, I won't tolerate that system in my marriage. If men consider this system in their marriages, then your wives will always come home late or skip dinner by preparing it. Secondly, you can inform his pastor or parent to talk to him. Some mothers-in-law are very troublesome and disturbing. Don D says, why is divorce the only solution to every problem in marriages lately? That's a very valid question. I have no answers to.
because everybody is ceasing to think and people are ceasing to accept the fact that I'm at
I think
fault.
I
want
think
to
I have
reform.
an idea.
Okay, why?
Again, I think I have an idea. I think it's because most of the times we rush into the marriages. I think most. I'm coming.
Okay.
You know, you can't really know somebody really well, okay? But if you're discerning, and like you're saying, I don't think emotions are a weakness. I believe in blending both reasoning and emotions because if at the end of the day, Shed,
Apply them at the right time.
yes, if Shed,
That
you
is-
come to
yeah.
me, if you come to me with a problem, I have to be moved by my emotions to help you with the problem.
No,
But
Yeah,
you
I
reason
have
it
to.
too.
No, not
Exactly,
always.
I have to be
No, not
moved first. No,
always.
I have to be moved first
Not
by my
always.
emotions, and now think, about the issue, the story.
No, you think
with
about
my
the issue
reason.
before your emotions move you.
No, for me, it's my emotions
That is
first.
no. Then okay, so if it is your emotions first, then you don't even have to listen to me.
Okay, okay.
The moment I come that I need $1,000, you just give it to me. Like, what do you want to think about again?
I'm saying what would even make me want to think about your story would be how I am connected to
no.
it.
So
I think that sometimes individual traits to play a role.
Right.
But you see, people are People
We're
are not
wrapping
willing.
up.
People are not willing to solve problems.
Guys,
That
we're
is why
wrapping up.
people.
That is the
quit
point.
Guys, we're wrapping up.
relationships. Wrapping up.
Yeah.
You
No,
see-
no, relax. Let me finish the
Okay,
messages
you
and then
finish.
you can tell me. Good afternoon. This is Alfred from Domi. I didn't complete my statement on the marriage thing, but it's fine. I'm not going to complete it.
Oh, look
Good
at you.
afternoon. You guys are experienced marriage people, I think.
Ah.
I cannot.
No,
I
that's not
cannot.
a reason.
No. Good afternoon. This is Alfred from Domi. There's no big deal here. The guy should ask the mom to leave ASAP if he really wants the best out of the marriage. Personally, I think getting married at age 27 as a man is too early. The guy is immature. Good afternoon, Noella. I agree with Kumi. I'm a woman and I know what he's talking about. At first, my husband was a mummy's boy, but I stood up like a woman and placed a stop to it. How did you do it? You should have added how you did it. That would have been an interesting
By
take.
setting boundaries.
Anyway, right.
Using your husband
To
to set boundaries for his family.
Okay, Kumi. So the lady says, look, this thing has been going on for God knows how long. She's gotten to her tipping point, and the only route out of it is a divorce.
No, it's too early.
Okay.
It's too early. That is why we have witnesses when it comes to some of these things. So,
So we're wrapping up.
yeah, wrapping up, she should involve her family too,
Okay.
so that they sit down and discuss it dispassionately. The results, the end results, will determine the next step to take.
Okay.
For
After
now-
the family
After
meeting.
the family meeting. For now, I'll call it a rush
Okay.
if she should call for divorce. I can see she's frustrated.
Yeah.
She's talking out of frustration. She should sit back,
Relax.
involve more experienced people who have gone through the meal
Okay.
from her side
Okay.
to also sit down and discuss. Then the woman, I'm sure, as aged as she is, would know that she's overstepping her boundaries and would understand. Even though it might not be easy, it may come with certain resentments, but at least she will know the level, the boundaries where not to exceed. Maybe her family too may agree with what the woman is saying. They would also have ways and means to also explain further to her to let her understand
Yeah.
that maybe the decisions she took with the husband earlier they thought was good,
Okay.
but may not be the best for them.
Thank you.
So it's all about understanding. But for now,
She
I
should
think
relax.
it's
Take a
too
chill pill.
early
Okay.
to call for divorce.
Thank you so much, Kumi. Shed. Mr. Logic.
Look at you.
Mr. Logic.
Oh, so also give me another name.
Mr. Logic, yes.
Andy will tell you invest in yourself. Don't say invest too. Okay,
Shed,
so
what's up?
Is
Is divorce the answer?
no.
Okay.
I mean, actually, I don't really
Support divorce.
No, I don't support it. But I think this is the time she has to speak to the woman as the mother. Before she would actually involve an external person, yet perhaps in
Talk to the woman herself.
herself
Okay.
first, because I am sure before the marriage, every daughter-in-law should actually have a level
bond.
of bond with the
Mother-in-law.
mother-in-law
Okay.
before.
Yeah, I agree.
So she should first speak to the mother-in-law, and if things are getting worse,
Speak to her respectfully.
respectfully.
With
You shouldn't
tact.
go with anger.
That is the point.
She should be very tactful.
And the very day she even speak to her, she shouldn't even involve the husband, so that it will be a woman
Personal.
to woman, a woman to woman conversation. You know, there are stuffs the mother-in-law might not be able to say in the presence of the son, and I'm sure the wife will also have stuff she maybe like she will want to say, but then in the presence of the husband, she wouldn't be able to say it. Maybe the mother might see it normal, but the husband might take an offense at that. So I feel she should just speak to the mother-in-law, and if it persists, she should speak to the father-in-law. And if it persists, that is when her family can come in. Because the moment
Shed.
her family comes in, then it's becoming a family, two families, and her family will also be wondering what is really going on with their daughter. It will keep the family.
And when she is informing the family, she should speak the truth.
That is it.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
problem is we don't tell the truth, but we tell what favors us.
Okay.
And our family, they come with emotions, and
Yeah,
because
because
of
they
the
love
emotional
you. Yeah.
attachment, it breeds anger and all these things. Tell them the truth, so that based on that, they will know how to approach
Yeah.
the whole issue. Don't color the story and make yours more sweeter, so that
Right.
your family would, yeah.
Thank you, Kumi. Today I'm sure most of our viewers and listeners can tell that I've taken a back position because this is a marriage issue. I really don't have experience when it comes to
Oh, very
marriage.
soon you have one. Very soon.
Okay, amen to that. But this is what I believe, and I agree with what Shed said, that she should have a conversation with
Yeah.
the mother-in-law, because sometimes when you have a heart-to-heart, no matter how erratic
How
somebody
hell they
may
are, yeah.
seem, once you have, a heart-to-heart personal conversation with the person might just see reason in why something is and all of that. Also, listen, if your husband is somebody who is financially okay, I mean, weigh the pros and the cons. Take a look at the thing holistically. If he's financially okay, you don't have to work. He can set you up, so you at least you can have some flexible time to be the kind of wife he wants you to be.
I don't support it.
Well, that's my opinion.
No, like the reason is because marriages is killing destinies today. There are people who want to. Sorry, wrap up.
No, I also support him.
Oh yeah.
No, in an
wrap up.
ideal situation, I agree with him
Yeah.
that, and for me to marry
People have
you,
been forced to forfeit their dreams
Yes.
In the name of
marriages.
marriage.
And after divorce, they
Me.
get miserable.
That is the point.
I in an ideal world, that's the kind of husband I want. Somebody that, sees me, sees my dreams, helps me accomplish it, supports me through it. Do you understand? Ideally. But in a situation like this, obviously this is not an ideal situation. This is something that is happening to her now in the marriage.
The man and
So-
the mother, they are becoming greedy.
So for me, I'm
They are
thinking,
becoming bullies.
look,
Yeah.
if your husband is financially
They just
okay,
want to bully the young woman.
you can come up with an idea, an entrepreneurship thing. They can set you up somewhere at home. Could be a supermarket in front of your house or whatever it
And
is.
divert your destiny.
I mean, it's also an option. I'm saying to take a look at.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. But essentially, Chale, do you? I would always advocate for this. Kumi can say whatever he's saying based on his experience and what he knows. Shed can sit here and say whatever he's saying based on
What it
his
should be.
experience and what is exclusive. The experience is exclusive to him. But at the end of the day, his experiences may not tally with your experiences. So again, let it not be that, I listened to Kumi and Shed what they said in Tino. No, into my fault. Please take inspiration from what we're all saying. But at the end of the day, when you decide to make a decision, ensure that your wants, your needs, your desires, they are 60%, and you can take 40, or maybe there are 70, you can take 30, 10 from me, 10 from Kumi, 10 from Shed. And then you can make a wholesome decision and own it. If it's divorce, well, that's yours too. That's your decision. I can't tell you to divorce your husband. I would never do that, actually. If it's staying in and looking at other ways to deal with the situation, it should be in sync with your true desires.
But it's
and
too early for
decision.
divorce.
Yeah.
It's too early.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
It's
thank
always
you.
a pleasure. I love the balance you guys bring with conversations.
It is
You
too
know,
early for
sometimes Shed can be intense and extreme, and you try to,
And advice to the young woman. Grow up.
Grow up.
Be a man. You are still a boy.
Hey, mic drop, what's it?